All right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful Tuesday morning. May God bless everybody in Jesus' name, in Yeshua's name. I do pray everybody watching and listening is very blessed in multiple ways, guys, as Bitcoin is holding the line right now, baby. And as we can see, what day is today? Tuesday, the 13th. We've got ourselves some news coming out in about an hour. CPI, inflation data. Inflation data, all right? We're gonna see, is it gonna come in hot? Is it gonna come in cold? How's inflation? Typically, guys, these events do give us short-term volatility. And what's so interesting about short-term volatility is usually, it doesn't really matter, right? But right now, the price of Bitcoin is coming up to a very, very key level. In fact, we are coming up to none other than the exact level of resistance that we gave the target for on April 21st, 2025, where we printed and confirmed a bullish hidden divergence on the weekly time frame. And I was very bullish, expecting a break of $89,000 and getting sucked up like a vacuum up to 105,000. And of course, we are in the long trade, baby. And the setup was given in advance in the Casper Crew VIP Discord on a very local time frame from 86,484 at jasoncaspertrading.com. And of course, we've given the longs along the way here in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. So shout out to the Casper Crew as we are coming to, in my opinion, a very important level locally and macroly. Is macroly even a word? Who the heck knows? Who the heck cares? All right, we are coming to a very key level on multiple time frames, which will determine whether or not Bitcoin pumps or dumps. All right, and I'm very excited for the volatility. I'm very excited for what's happening on the chart. I'm very excited for my bullishness in general because I do believe on the high time frames we are very, very, very bullish. So we're going to be breaking down these charts for you guys. Make sure to smash the like button. If we get 1,000 likes in the first half hour, we'll be giving away $1,000. Got to give a major shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Alan, shout out to Dow, shout out to Kasim, shout out to Eddie. I do pray for you and your family, Eddie. May the Lord Jesus bless you and your family in multiple ways. Shout out to Shane G, shout out to Jack T, shout out to T-Vo Web EB, shout out to Preparing for War, holding it down with the wrench, and shout out to all our mods with the wrench. God bless you guys, thank you for doing that. Shout out to I Show You, shout out to ENH, shout out to Ape, Ape, shout out to Ape, good morning to you. Shout out to Crypto Coons and Freedom Man. Shout out to Lightbot. Bullish or bearish? I'm always chickenish, guys. I'm always chickenish. Shout out to Jackson Crawford. Shout out to Lion Rune. Rise and shine, it's biddy time. Shout out to I Show You, I like the stream, and unlike just to smash the like again, that's what's up. Shout out to Abhine Varma. You smashed the like, God bless you. Shout out to James M. Grab the plunger, baby. Everybody grab your plungers. Let's get into it. Shout out to Memory Man. God bless you, bro. Good to see you here. Shout out to Abir. Shout out to Ken W. ADA is breaking out. Is Bitcoin a good stock? It's okay. Their CEO, Sam Bankman-Fried, did in fact end up in jail. But that's okay. That's okay. It's still doing all right. It's still doing all right. All right, man. We are getting a little bit of a pump here on the Bitcoin price. We're going to head on over to TradingView and take a quick look. Also, guys, quick reminder, BLOFIN is currently offering 10% cash back, discounted fees, and multiple chances to win a $100 bonus, even if you don't deposit. Link in the description. Also, ANTARCTIC exchange, guys. Decentralized, meaning you always hold your own assets. You never deposit them into another platform. Which is very great for security. Everything is done via smart contract on the blockchain. And if you use my link, you get SVIP, which basically means essentially no limit order fees and extremely low market order, lower than anywhere else, I think. Okay, so let's talk about what's been happening on this Bitcoin chart. All right. Oh, right. The CEO is Sailor. I forget. Okay, so Bitcoin has come up to the level that we've been waiting and prepared for, guys, for a very long time. All right, 105.6. All right, this is a very key level where we're currently up to over the weekend. Why is this such a key level? It's such a key level, guys, because this is the top of the fair value zone. All right, we have ourselves right here a fair value zone where ever since Trump wins the election, anything over this price of $105,000 is considered overbought Bitcoin, which means it's considered too expensive. We need to have a move back to the downside. And so here's the thing. We are currently testing right now whether or not the market wants to continue to trade Bitcoin within this fair value zone right here, or do we want to break out? Major shout out to Alex O Crypto with the super chat. God bless you, my man. Make sure to go check out Alex O Crypto. Are we going to break out, or are we going to get a rejection? Now again, we knew this move was coming as soon as we reclaimed this level right here. All right, I just want to reiterate this. All right, that's why you got to subscribe to the channel, because this pump, all right, did not catch us off guard. All right, we go back 3 weeks ago, and before the pump, when Bitcoin's still at $86,000, I am extremely bullish, calling for this move to 105.6. All right, now here we are, the top of the fair value zone. Now we're seeing some very interesting things here. First of all, we understand the overall context of this market is extremely bullish. Why am I saying that? Am I just a Moonboy crypto YouTuber? No. It's very rare that I come out being extremely bullish. But when we look at all time frames, from the monthly time frame, printing a green dot on market Cipher B, money flow getting thicker. The 2-week time frame confirmed a green dot above the zero line. When we look at the weekly time frame with a confirmed hidden bullish divergence room to the upside. When we look at the 2-day time frame market Cipher B, money flow crossing from the red into the green, or the blue into the purple if you're Jason Casper, we are seeing this is very, very bullish. Okay, however, we are seeing local signals that point to consolidation or pullback. We are getting a red dot printing on the 2-day. Daily has confirmed a red dot. 4-hour has confirmed bearish divergence, okay? Right now, it is a battle between this green dot. I'm going to say this green dot on the 4-hour, which is about to confirm, right around the time where we had this news come out. This green dot on the 4-hour is either going to save us, or we're just going to continue to to the downside. All right, this is a battle between this green dot on the 4-hour and the confirmed red dot on the daily. So we do really need to be cautious here. As we come to the lower time frames, like the 12-minute here, things do look bullish. But let's take a look at all the volume that we've traded here since we got that move to the upside there. All right, actually, let's look at this whole range. All right, so here's the deal, guys. We are currently right now coming up to our first Fibonacci golden pocket retracement from that top that we made. So we've rejected from key resistance. As you can see, we're coming up to our Fibonacci golden pocket, point of control. This box right here, very key, okay? Because if we're gonna get more of a pullback, one of the most probable scenarios is that it happens from this box, the Fibonacci retracement. The Fibonacci golden pocket, the 786, because we have a lot of confluences in here. We take a look, we've got our high volume nodes, we've got our value area low. There's a lot of confluence in this box, guys. Right now, this is important resistance locally, because you have to think about it. This is our 12-minute time frame. A lot of people are looking at this and saying, okay, this was our higher low, this was our higher high. We have just made a lower low, potentially a change of market structure on the low time frames. And so if we're going to continue with a pullback, we're looking for a lower high, and that lower high is probably going to come in this Fibonacci golden pocket zone. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm saying if it does happen, it's probably going to happen from that area. Something else to be aware of, especially when we have news, is the possibility of a stop hunt of the high, okay? We made this high, and it happened on a Friday night? Or was it a Monday morning? It was a weird time to make that high, all right? It was a very strange time to make that high. So something else we need to be aware of is simply coming up, getting everybody very bullish, and then dropping it back down. Now, how would we know, how would we recognize if something like this was happening versus an actual breakout? Well, the first thing that would make it pretty obvious is if we actually trade above that level for a little bit and then we drop back down. That's our first sign of a fake out. All right. The second sign is going to be our market Cipher B indicator. All right. We got about 45 minutes until this news comes out, guys. Market Cipher B indicator right here. What we would want to be looking for is, as the price is getting higher, is the momentum waves and the money flow getting lower. Ooh, look at that. It's already kind of setting up for that bearish divergence scenario. All right, so we can even see here on our 24-minute time frame, potentially things are being set up for a bearish divergence as the price is coming up to that high and then losing that level. All right, these are two scenarios to be aware of for a potential pullback. Now, again, these are potential pullbacks. We cannot set limit orders. We cannot, especially if we're looking for a fake out. Never set a limit order if you're looking for a fake out. All right, you need to see the fake out with bearish divergence on the charts. Very, very important. These are two scenarios to be aware of as we're about to, in half an hour, get some news that will cause volatility in the market. Now, overall, remember, I'm very bullish. So when we're looking at these low time frames and I'm talking about potential rejections, what am I looking for? Am I looking for a move all the way to zero? No. I'm looking for a pullback that could potentially give us a really good entry from very key support. Remember, now that we're back inside the old fair value zone that we've been trading here since Trump won the election, we can now trade this as a range once again, where if we're above 97K, 97K is very key support. If we're below 97K, 97K is very key resistance, right? So if we do get some kind of a pullback, and this was a very fast move up here, and we fill all this, then we could say, okay, great. We have ourselves a beautiful opportunity to long a higher low in this very clear uptrend with our bottom at around 74-ish thousand dollars, right? So when I'm looking for pullbacks here, it's not because I'm a bear. I've just gone over through why I'm extremely bullish. But as a trader, as a leverage trader, a day trader, I can't just long because I'm bullish, right? I mean, think about it for a second here. You know, this is where people get wrecked with leverage. Let's say you were super bullish here, all right? And you long on leverage, all right? Well, guess what? We dropped 3.8%. Now, I don't know what kind of leverage you trade, but the way I trade, if we drop 3.8%, I'm either stopped out or liquidated, okay? I'm either stopped out or liquidated, right? When you're leverage trading, you are trading because you think that this is the place we're going to bounce from, right? When you're leverage trading, you think this is the place that we are going to bounce from, okay? So, I would want to see that pullback. We got news in 45 minutes. Check out our 24-minute time frame. I'll be honest with you. There's the potential of some bear diffs here, but overall, this 24-minute money flow cross is looking pretty dang nice. So the most important level right now that we need to reclaim, I'd say, is going to be the point of control of this weird range that we traded on Sunday and Monday, right? This is going to be super key. Super key. I'd say this is probably, of all the levels in that box I drew, this is going to be the most important one right here. All right, let's take a look at the order flow. Let's go to our 15-minute and see what's been going on here. Okay, let's refresh. Oh dang, I still have this on the chart, huh? That's been there on the whole chart the whole time, right? Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay, so look guys, very bullish divergence right here. Bullish divergence right here. We're actually seeing big players, big money, being very bullish right here at this low at 101.4. And we've reclaimed and retested VWAP, and so far, this move up is actually a healthy move to the upside. A very healthy move to the upside. Wow. Oh my goodness. A very healthy move to the upside. Guys, something else that's very important right now is there are so many shorts that could get absolutely squeezed like crazy. When we look at this move down from the high that we made up here, all right, we made this high up here at the key resistance. We saw many shorts opening up. When we see the open interest increase like this and the CVD get lower like this is telling us new shorts are entering into the market. And what's interesting about these shorts is I'd say a large majority of them are actually still open. Which means not only are we seeing the big players, absorbing bears, right? We're seeing the big money trade against the bears right here. We're also seeing the bears are holding the line. The bears are convicted. They are persuaded that we're going down. Okay? This could really lead to a big short squeeze pump, because when you look at these net shorts that have opened up, right? Let's look real quick at just the net shorts here. Right? This purple stuff, these are the shorts. So when the purple gets higher, those are shorts opening up. If the purple gets lower, that means the shorts are closing out. So like, for example, right here, big short, just kidding, closed out, right? Big short, hold, closed, right? Big shorts coming in, big shorts, they keep coming in. They're coming in so much that we're getting bullish divergences. We're seeing more and more shorts come in, and yet the price is making higher lows. This is telling us there's some big players here with limit orders being filled as we come back down to the golden pocket for a retest. And the majority of these shorts, guys, are still open. Now, what does this mean? It means we could see that really big squeeze and wreck them all and take that high up here at 106. All right? I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I'm saying this is a recipe for it. All right? I'm not saying the long now. If you were here when we came down to this would have been the long, because that actually was the golden pocket retest. All right? This is a pro tip. If you ever see the price coming down to a golden pocket retracement after a low, right? And you see on the order flow that there are more shorts opening up here than there were down here, and yet the price is bouncing, making a higher low, that gives you a long setup. All right, that gives you a long setup. Stop loss under the 786 is what I like to do. All right, that's a pro tip right there, man. And by the way, if you want to learn more about this stuff, check out the free course on my YouTube channel. All right, we're releasing a new video every day, every weekday. Right now we've got, I think, 5 videos up. It's on the playlists on my YouTube channel. Check it out. Go to playlists on my YouTube channel and check out the free trading course. All right, and we're going to go over CBD as well here. Alrighty. News is coming out soon. We are getting the pump up to the key level. We are talking German. We will take the Fibonacci from the high to the low. We clearly see that the point of control is right here at the 618, potentially, where we get the rejection from 618, who is the impersonation of the 618 Fibonacci. She rejects us. Okay, potential. Also potential, as we get less German and maybe more Pakistani, I don't know. Maybe then we come back down. But you know, all things considered here, we've got this is, I'll be honest with you guys, I don't have any strong conviction on the low time frame right now. I could see it going either way. One thing's for certain, we are bouncing from key support. All right. We are bouncing from key support. This is the support level given in the Casper crew yesterday morning. All right. I didn't take this trade because I didn't have my confirmations. But nonetheless, we're bouncing from key support. All right. We are seeing even though we don't have divergences at the low, we are seeing, well, you know what? Interestingly enough, in hindsight, we do have a 24-minute divergence, so that's really nice. We don't have the 12-minute divergence. We don't have the 6-minute divergence. Right? So these things kept me out of that trade. But we do have a 24-minute div, and as we're watching things play out here, you know, we have a really nice higher low in the golden pocket with bullish absorption, trigger wave, money flow crossing. All right? We got about 40 minutes until this news. Let's take a look at some other assets, guys. Make sure to smash the likes, by the way, because we have 1,200 people watching, only 300 likes. And honestly, man, that hurts a man's self-esteem, let me tell you. Bring this shit back to 86K. I like that little German flair. It's more Pakistani than German. Look, you know, sometimes it's hard for me to differentiate between Germany and Pakistan. No offense, Germans and Pakistanis. Shout out to Dave Digital, Ben Coin just hodled. That's right, man. Look, I had big dreams for me and this chick. I thought we were gonna get married, and we wouldn't have to have jobs because we'd be able to live forever off our Ben Coin tattoos. We didn't even hold Ben Coin. We just had the tattoo. We figured that would make us rich, but it didn't work out for me. All right. So I ended up having to work the land. Kyle Schumann says, this just in. The United Arab Emirates government accepts Bitcoin payments. Is this true? Old news. Okay, old news. CryptoFace is live too. Make it a collab. Shout out to CryptoFace. CryptoFace is live, huh? Let's check it out. And now I talk Italian. Okay, let me see if CryptoFace is alive. Not alive, like I know he's alive, but you know, live on the YouTube. He is live. A $20 million trade. Is he actually in the position or looking for the position? Or is it copy trading? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, he's in the position. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Sheesh, man. Can you imagine trading with that kind of money? That's crazy. That is crazy, man. Alright. Look at that, man. He is in the $20,000 Ethereum trade. 8,000 ETH position. He's up 300,000. Man, this could easily turn into a multi-million-dollar profit trade. If we get a pump on this news, man, this could turn into a multi-million-dollar trade. Alright. CryptoFace is looking at the 3-hour ETH. Alright, let's take a look at ETH. Shout out to Cyber Solution, who says, don't take a trade on a downtrend. Don't take a trade on a downtrend. What do you mean? What about short trades? I don't know. But thank you for the super chat. All right, so let's take a look at the 3-hour on Bitcoin here. The 3-hour on Bitcoin looks pretty much just as nice as the 3-hour on ETH. The 4-hour on Bitcoin also, guys, looks very, very, very nice for that move to the upside, which is why we are looking for the fake out of the high. All right, is something we need to be aware of today. Just a fake out of the high, something like this, and then we can come back into the range for continued range before a breakout. All right, or we continue all the way down to 97 for a back test. All right, but right now this is a battle between the 4-hour green dot and the daily red dot. Remember, we are seeing signs on the 2-day and the 1-day that are pointing to sideways consolidation and down for the next few days. Last time we saw this was right here. It did lead to sideways and down for the next few days. All right. Time before that, we saw it was here, and it did lead to sideways and down for a few days. So really, if the pattern continues, this is a bull flag that's not quite ready to break out yet. All right. The 1-day, the 2-day says this. No, we're not quite ready to break out yet, but it's coming because of the money flow cross, right? It's bullish, but we just need a little bit of cool down time. That doesn't mean in the short term we can't see a higher high. If we're going to go sideways and down, this is also still sideways and down, right? This includes sideways making a higher high, okay? So this is why it's impossible to answer questions. Should I short? Should I long? It's like, it depends. What's your scope? What's your plan? Like, maybe it depends on, like, what are you looking at here? All right, let's take a look at Ethereum. All right, ooh, I do have to say, the 4-hour ETH looks extremely bullish right now. The 4-hour ETH looks extremely bullish right now, man. I'm not just saying this because CryptoFace is live in a $20 million long position, I promise you. When you see a green dot on the 4-hour, on the 0 line, like this, it's a very powerful signal. It really is. In fact, one of the reasons why I'm so bullish on Bitcoin is because the 2-week is doing one of these, all right? So when the 4 hours doing one of those, that is pretty juicy, right? That is pretty juicy. Our money flow is held pretty well, even though we have a triple drive of bear div. And what's most important right now about ETH is the fact that we are holding above our key level of 2,000 US dollar. US dollar. Now look at this. All right. All right. This is the trade setup we were looking at last week, where we were still in bear market prices, saying it's honestly, no matter how we look at it, ETH is a more upside buy than downside, right? More upside buy than downside. Right now, we are looking at this, okay? ETH is knocking at the door of essentially coming back into this massive triangle. What do? We fake out the high. Now we fake out the low, a scary fake out. If we come back inside, probabilities are highest that we come back to the value area high of the range. Just like what we were looking at with Bitcoin, right? With Bitcoin, we were saying, if we reclaim, if we come back into the range, probabilities are highest that we make our way up to the $106,000 zone, right? So over here, same exact thing is true with ETH, right? If we come back above 26,000, we're going to come to the value area high, which will be a breakout of the trend line. If we get a back test, that will be an opportunity for a long. But really, if we come above the value area low, $2,600, we're going to get sucked all the way back up to 4,000. And then my two major targets for this move are going to be, number one, our 1-to-1 fib around 5,500, and then our 1.618 around 8,005. All right, ETH right now in the low time frames, looking pretty nice, honestly. It's looking like Bitcoin and ETH are looking like we want to get a move to the upside. All right, we got this news coming out in half an hour. One thing I want to say about ETH, which is this: what a rare thing where you have an asset coming back down into bear market territory during a bull market. The monthly momentum wave is underneath the 0 line, which means when we get the green dot, it's going to be astronomical. It's going to be insane. It's going to be insane. Think of this as somebody standing on the roof of a house, throwing a rock down onto a trampoline. The trampoline gets a nice big stretch, and then boom! All right? It's like doing incline dumbbell presses, right? You come down, you get the nice big stretch in the pectorals, and then you explode up those juicy gains. All right? That's what ETH is gearing up for right now. And look at this. Okay? 2-week dot confirmed under the 0 line. And when we just analyze this in a trend, right, from this low of the bear market to this higher low, it is a trigger wave. All right? This could be, like I said, astronomical for ETH. Like that monthly green dot, that is crazy, man. I can't even remember seeing anything like this before. All right, I can't. Take a look at Cardano. All right, this is Cardano. This is basically my general idea for Cardano as far as a swing trade goes. All right, not financial advice. But if we're going to go to a $5 Cardano, this monthly is about to print the green dot. The 2-week green dot printing, okay? We've come down to major support. We're getting a higher low, okay? Not financial advice. This is not financial advice, okay? But I'd say Cardano is a pretty good buy right now. Not financial advice, all right? The bull market could be over. It could always be over, guys, right? But I believe it's not over. I believe we're going to see an alt season. I believe Cardano will hit a new all-time high. When we look at market Cipher, what do we see? Money flow crossing on the 2-week with our green trigger wave as we are back testing a major support resistance flip at 68 cents, give or take, okay? We're forming a bull flag. We're bouncing from the golden pocket, the value area high, and the market in general looks bullish. I mean, you can't have Bitcoin getting green dots on the monthly. This is either the most diabolical market maker fake out in the world, or we're about to see massive pumps, because we are seeing some high time frame bullish signals here, you know? And I hope I'm right. I hope I'm not wrong. And another thing I want to say, guys, is this. I'm heavily invested in these coins. All right, ETH, Cardano, Solana, even Bitcoin, although I'll be honest, I'm already 60% out of my spot Bitcoin. Looking to sell again at 119-ish. But, yeah, like, I'm invested in these, so I've got a lot of money on the line. All right, if these targets get hit, I'm making a lot of money. So I am emotionally invested. I want to make this clear. All right? But if you do follow the channel, guys, you know it's rare that I come out bullish, so bullish on assets like this, because I'm usually very neutral and level-headed. And if you watch my low time frame analysis, you can even see I'm level-headed. I'm saying we're not going straight up only. There's possibilities of dumps and all this. And this is what I'm looking for. But, I mean, right now, you got the 2-week data printing. You got the, let's check out the 4-day. 4-day hidden bullish divergences. We got ourselves, is that a hidden bull div on the daily? It's hard to say. It's hard to say. It looks really bullish to me, man. It looks really bullish to me, man. This, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of a dang Sammy Cup and Handy, alright? Shout out to Crypto Lifer. We got ourselves a cup and handle right here. We got ourselves a cup and handle right here. Let's just, extrapolate this. Alright, cup and handle target, $6 Cardano. Alright, I think that's pretty conservative. Alright, I think that's pretty dang conservative. Sammy Cup and Handy. About to break out, fine and dandy. Alright, chilling with my friend Randy. Major shout out to Crypto Scarface, who says, ADA, Casper, well mown this cycle. Maybe he's using voice chat to say will moon this cycle, but he said well mown instead. Man, we're about to well mown, baby. We are about to well mown. Well mown. All right, Bitcoin coming to the key level here. We're going to go down to our 3-minute time frame. Just a quick reminder, guys. BLOFIN is offering 10% cash back, 0% limit order fees if you use my link, discounted market order fees, $500 giveaways a month, even if you don't deposit. If you use my link, you're eligible to win $100 every single month. Also, Antarctic exchange, SVIP privileges, 0% limit order fees, the lowest market order fees available, period. Plus, it's a decentralized exchange, so you don't keep your money on the exchange. You keep it in your own wallet, all right? It's going to change the name of the game. No KYC, no frozen accounts, no hanky-panky. All right, links in the description for BLOFIN, Antarctic. I'm also trading on WEEX and MEXC and Bitunix. All right. Also, if you want to join the Casper crew, the best trading community in the world, where we gave the setup from 86, we gave the setup from 93, And during the VIP New York Open live stream, we gave the setup right from 95.7. You can go to jasoncaspertrading.com to join the best community in the world. Also, even though I personally didn't take the long trade given in advance yesterday in the Casper crew, my man Boyan did take the trade. And, you know, that's what's cool about the Casper crew is, you know, not only do we have multiple instructors doing the TA every day, giving you their setups, but we let you guys know what we're doing if we're available at the chart. So shout out to Boyan. You know, he let everyone know it didn't look the best way he wanted. Nevertheless, he's putting some risk on here, right? A third of his position size. He's letting you guys know what he's doing, right? Shout out to Boyan. All right, one of the instructors in the Casper crew. An excellent trader. Honestly, I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he calls it to the dang dollar so often. All right, the dude's a machine. Actually, he's a trading machine. Shout out to Bullish on Parade. Everyone have a blessed day. In a DGen token long from 0.003, looking to add more to it. Shout out to you. Still on XRP for spot. Look, I think right now for spot, they both look good. Let's take a look at XRP, which got a crazy pump yesterday. Getting a little bit of a pullback right now. You know, we've been looking at XRP for a while, but here's how I see it. If everything's bullish, XRP took the low. It's got to move back into the range. And it's coming up to our next area of resistance, right around the Fibonacci golden pocket. So spot, I'd say, looks really good. Leverage, I'd say, wait for a pullback. Maybe, I mean, what would be beautiful would be a back test of 240, right? Back test of 240, give or take. We have this major support resistance flip. That would be like a leverage play. Spot looks good, right? Especially given the context of the overall markets. We take a look at our monthly, and we've got ourselves a yellow VWAP starting to point to the upside. 2-week green dot printing will confirm in 12 days. Weekly green dot confirmed as we come down to take the low of the range. We've got ourselves a nice hidden bullish divergence here. Last low to this low, very hidden bullish divergence on the weekly. On the daily time frame, money flow was nice here, nothing else really nice. But given the context of the crypto market, I'd say right now all these altcoins are good spot plays. ETH, what else was a really good one? Was AVAX? AVAX looking insane, honestly. AVAX, not financial advice, but AVAX is looking insane, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So AVAX is looking pretty insane, in my opinion, here, because we have a major support resistance flip. Like, just to keep it really simple, we have a major support resistance flip. We dip down into bear market prices. We're back inside the bull market range, and we are getting bullish divergence, not hidden, but regular, very powerful on our weekly. We actually have a double drive of bull div on the weekly. And not only that, but we're coming down to bounce from major fib support, which is between the 786 and the 886, which is really, really good for alts, a place to bounce from, okay? So I'm saying, like, I'm seeing here, AVAX, potential breakout, you know, depending on how you want to draw this, but a potential breakout of this, where right now the upward potential is excellent. Es mucho excelente, mi amigos y mi amigas. Right, assuming the low is in here, even if we just come back to the top of this sideways range, the upside is 2.5 times more than the downside, right? If we go to the high, it's 10 times more upside than downside. If we make a new high, right? Say we go to like 200, just throwing it out there, 14 times more reward than risk. Again, not financial advice. This is how it would look on log scale. Let's check out our monthly on AVAX. Okay, so again, we've got ourselves the momentum wave below the zero line here. As the oscillator, the yellow oscillator, is getting higher. That looks really bullish to me. The 2-week confirmed trigger wave, money flow crossing. It looks absolutely delicious, man. AVAX, it looks great for a spot play, in my opinion. Not financial advice, okay? It looks great. ETH looks great. AVAX looks great. The reason why these coins look so great is because they're in bear market prices, right? I mean, just a few days ago, AVAX was the same price it was in, you know, November 2022. You literally could have bought the bottom and had a second opportunity to buy the bottom here in the bull market. And now we've had a lot of time to build up bullishness. Okay? Same with ETH. Sol, you know, it's a little bit different because we're basically dealing with, hang on. Sol's a little bit different because we're basically dealing with, you know, we never came back down to the bear market price. We're dealing with a local range here, right? So we're coming to the bottom of our local range on Sol, which is still good. You know, assuming Sol hits, you know, the 1.618 at $500, you know, right now, that is 4 times more reward than risk. If Sol hits just the all-time high again, it's 1.5 times, not the best. If we hit our first target, the 1-to-1 at 370, that's 2 times more reward than risk. All right, so for Sol to be like 4 times more, like you're risking 1 to make 4, you know, we need to come up to 540. But as opposed to AVAX, you know, AVAX, we have an opportunity now to be down where we get a much more upward potential. Y'all get what I'm saying here. Now, again, this ain't no financial advice, y'all here. Now we're going straight southern. Yep. Man, speaking of being southern, yesterday I did so much planting out in the fields because we're about to get 5 days of rain. I planted beans, I planted corn, I planted squash, melons, winter squash, summer squash. You know, we planted it all. The Casper Crew farmstead, we planted it all, baby. All right, guys, 15 minutes until the CPI data comes out. This is going to cause volatility. It's going to cause volatility. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Now, they're forecasting it to go higher. They're forecasting inflation to be higher, which would be bearish, all right? Would be bearish for crypto. So let's see what happens. If inflation comes in lower than expected, maybe we get a big pump. You never know what's going to happen these days, guys. Things, I truly believe everything that happens in the world geopolitically is like half real and half fake. I think it's like half real and half fake. The reason I say that is because, like, in my own life, especially on YouTube, you know, it's half real, it's half fake. You know, the things I say, it's half real, half fake. I'm just playing a character, Jason Casper here on YouTube. I feel like it's the same with, like, the president and all these other people. Like, they pretend to have beef with other nations and all this crap. But really, they don't care, man. They're just having a good time, right? They're just doing it for the views. They're just doing it for the YouTube views. It's sad that people's lives are at stake. You know, it's a little bit different than YouTube, but I feel like it's half real, half fake. So you never know what's going to happen, man. Terrorists one day, no terrorists the next day. You know, we got a war, India and Pakistan one day. Next thing you know, Donald Trump comes in. Hey, man. Oh, solve the problem. And not only that, we're all going to be rich, baby. I mean, come on, man. What the heck? What is the world? It's crazy. So we don't know what's going to happen, man. We got some smooth jazz playing in the background. You know? We got some smooth jazz playing in the background. Half natty. Yeah. The whole world's half natty. You know, we got those peptides and those SARMs. You know, but we're definitely not. Yeah, just a little TRT, man. Just some peptides and some TRT. You know, we're not on trend or anything. Donald Trend. By the way, make sure to like, because I am endorsed by Trump himself.
Make sure to like and subscribe to Jason Casper. He's the best YouTube trader in the world. He's getting huge. Shout out to the Casper crew.
Alrighty, here we go. Just a few more minutes until the news. Do I get tornadoes where I live? Heck no. Praise God. Look, I like to live in a place where there's no volcanoes, tornadoes, earthquakes, floods, fires. Fire is the most risk I have around here. Can we have unlimited time for a giveaway instead of just 30 minutes? I don't know. Can you like the video faster? It goes two ways. CPI on Tuesday. If you get a tornado, can you sing the $500,000 song? I don't know. I hope I don't get a tornado, honestly. We actually have had some tornadoes in the area. And praise God they haven't hit me. But they're very rare. They're very rare. We had a crazy storm come through the town that my wife grew up in, and it did a lot of damage. I don't know if they officially called it a tornado or not, but it definitely seemed like one, because roofs got ripped off of houses. But yeah, the Lord's been merciful. He's been merciful to us here. We don't really get hurricanes here either. My thoughts on using testosterone? I think it should be a last resort, honestly, because look, I'd say probably 99% of guys, men, the reason they have low testosterone is because of their lifestyle and their habits, all right? If you are not sleeping well, if you are not eating well, if you're rubbing chemicals on your balls every day in the shower of some like Old Spice body wash that has like all these fragrances that are endocrine disruptors, you know, then yeah, you're gonna have low testosterone. Right? If you're drinking alcohol, you're gonna have low testosterone. Right? When I was in my 20s, right? When I was 22, my total testosterone was like 350. All right. Now I was smoking marijuana every day. I was nocturnal, so I would stay up until like 4 in the morning, wake up at like noon. I would eat fast food multiple times a day. I would drink alcohol, and my testosterone was 350 as a 22-year-old male. Okay. Now as a 34, about to be 35-year-old man, my testosterone is 7 something. It's usually between like 720 and 760 whenever I get it tested, which I get it tested a lot. All right. What changed? Well, I sleep 8 to 9 hours a night. I only eat single ingredient whole foods. I lift heavy weights 3 times a week. I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke marijuana. You know, I don't use fragrances on my body and all this. So like, you don't really need that TRT. The problem is, it takes work because our modern society has made it so easy to feminize. Basically, our society is against men being manly, right? It's easy to become feminized with just normal lifestyle habits, all right? Once you go down the road of injecting testosterone, you then become reliant on it for the rest of your life. As far as I'm aware, maybe I'm wrong, but as far as I know, your testicular function stops. Because your body says, oh, there's no reason for us to make testosterone anymore. We're getting it elsewhere. Let's lower that testosterone production down. And then you can't really get that back if you stop the TRT. So for me, it's like, okay, I'm a homesteader. I'm growing my own food. I'm preparing for the fecal matter hitting into the revolving apparatus. All right, I'm trying to be self-sufficient. When it hits the fan, I'm not trying to be reliant on a dang syringe full of testosterone from a lab who the heck knows where, when the supply chain's down, and now I actually have to use my testosterone to be out there and be like a man and be uncomfortable to support my family. I'm not trying to have all that drive taken away from me because I've become reliant on an injection. All right. Now, if you have like a condition like medically diagnosed hypogonadism, where you're doing all the good things and you still have low T and you feel like crap, then go for it. Honestly, go for it. There's a time for medical intervention, and we have the technology and the science. Might as well go for it, right? That's how I feel about all medical interventions. It's like there's a time and a place. There's a time and a place for antibiotics. Should it be the first thing you run to? No. There's a time and a place for drugs, but you know, the body is a very complex creation, and it really is like you get out what you put in. So those are my thoughts. All right, we got 8 minutes until do I eat any soy products? Nah, I don't. And look, I don't believe that soy makes you feminized. I don't believe that, but just in case, I don't eat any soy. Moonlight affects you differently than sunlight, that's for sure. I mean, moonlight is cool. Moonlight is actually cold. I'm sure you know that, memory man. We got the news coming out soon. You're using bee venom for Lyme disease? Man, Lyme disease is a tough thing. CPI lie and pump song. Alright, Dan says I'm not natty. Alright, let's see. This is my current physique as of Monday. I'll show you guys. You tell me if you think I'm natty or not. Alright? You guys tell me if you think Jason Casper is natty or not. Let me know. What do you guys think? Natty or not? I'd say I'm probably like 15 to 17% body fat. You can see the fat around the abs, right? Chest getting kind of big. Just to put this in context, I'm eating between 4,500 and 5,000 calories a day. And I lift heavy weights 3 times a week. I've been lifting weights since I was probably like 17, on and off, but seriously for the last like 7 years. All right, what do you think? Natty or not? What do you think? Let me know. You know? Let me know. That's my, that's where I'm at right now. All right, Z doesn't believe I'm natty. Okay, cool. Cool. I like that. I like that. I like that. Do I struggle with motivation? No, man, I don't. I'm so dang motivated all the time. You know, praise the Lord. I wake up in the morning, I'm praising the Lord. Thank you, Lord. I praise Jesus every morning for another day, and I love getting after it, man. I love getting after it. That photo makes me look like a 60-year-old man. Well, let me tell you guys, I'm old looking. All right, look at my face. Look at the wrinkles. I've aged myself so much in the last few years out here working the land. Plus being a crypto trader, I will tell you, man, I have aged myself. All right, I look at pictures of me from like 7 years ago. I look like a little kid. Now I literally look in the mirror. I'm like, who the heck is that old man? But hey, it is what it is because, you know, it is what it is. We got CPI in 5 minutes, guys. Okay, I know Bullish on Parade knows I don't like the MACD. But look at the weekly. Yeah. So let's take a look at that weekly MACD. Shout out to Driftman. Let's take a look at that McDonald's on Bitcoin. It's about to cross. And I'm not a fan of the MACD for trading like local time frame, but definitely on the oh my goodness, guys. Definitely the high time frame signals bullish on Parade. The MACD is good, all right? Let's be honest. Let's be honest. MACD has just flipped green on the weekly. and it's confirmed. All right, so this is an extremely bullish sign for Bitcoin. We got 4 minutes, guys, until the CPI data comes out. 4 minutes until the CPI data comes out. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Alrighty. Neck exercise to avoid being pencil neck, for sure, for sure. Alright, it's bearish news. We got 3 minutes, guys. I don't do neck exercises, no. I don't do neck exercise. I feel like my neck's not that skinny, though. You know, I feel like doing heavy deadlifts will build the neck, honestly. Are L pull-ups? Yeah, I love doing L pull-ups. That's the way to do it. Jimmy says, Jay doesn't use fragrances on his body, but the haters think he's injecting roids. Alright. Here we go, baby. We got 2 minutes. Let's pop on over to the... Pop on over here. See what's going on. Alright, look. We got 1 minute and 30 seconds. Man, I'm stoked. You guys stoked? We're gonna watch this volatility come on in. Is he long or short? He's long, baby. We're long. I'm long, at least. We're up like 25 grand right now. I got a few longs running here. All right, we got a few longs open. We're up like 6. Yeah, yeah, we're up like $26,000 unrealized. All right. Just trading the dang chart, man. Just trading the dang chart. Just trading the dang chart. We got 1 minute. We got 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. You can barely do a set of unassisted pull-ups. Dave Digital, just keep working on them. You know, there's literally a point in my life where I did 300 pull-ups a day. I actually stopped doing so many because it just started to interfere with my recovery. Okay, here we go. Here we go, baby. Here we go. All right, let's see. Come on, come on, come on. Let's see what's going to happen. Whoa! Look at the candle. Look at the candle. Oh my goodness, look at that candle on the 1 minute. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness, making me talk like this. That's crazy, man. Let's see. Oh, wow. Inflation's lower than thought, guys. Oh, man. Here we go, baby. Here we go. Come on, Bitcoin. Come on, baby. Here we go. Man. Inflation down, baby. We're pumping. Inflation down. We're pumping, baby. Sheesh. Sheesh. Oh my goodness, look at this massive candle. Look at this massive candle. Oof, man, it's exhilarating. I wish this treadmill went faster. It only goes 3.8 miles per hour. All right, we're on the next 1 minute candle. Uh-oh, it opens up Big Daddy Perp. Come on. Come on. Come on, Bitcoin. Come on. Oh, oh no. We're losing it. We're losing it. Look, these news events always give us short-term volatility. All right, look at that 1 minute candle here. Now remember what we were looking for in the beginning of the stream, guys. Remember where we're at right now. Oh, where are we rejecting? Is this we're at local resistance? Fibonacci golden pocket, local resistance. We need to break through this if we want to see higher prices. Come on, Bitcoin, don't do it now. Let's check out the order flow. Remember, order flow was looking extremely bullish before the news. Let's see what the news has done to order flow. Massive decrease of OI leading up to the news. And lots of shorts opening, believe it or not, but also more longs and shorts opening. 22 million volume candle here. 3.1 million more shorts than longs on the Bybit inverse perpetual pair. And, yeah, that big decrease of OI here didn't do much good for giving us any kind of divergence. Yeah, I would say overall, guys, this still looks pretty bullish to me. The big bullish dip we had here. Let's go, baby. Come on, Bitcoin. Come on. Here we go. All right, I think we need to bring in the big guns. Shout out to CryptoFace, by the way. But I think I need to bring in the big guns here. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna have to sing the pump song, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but we need the pump song. We need the pump song. We're gonna pump it up, baby. Let's see if the pump song is the only thing that can get us through the golden pocket. Has a delayed effect. But let's see if the pump song will pump us up. Alright, come on, Bitcoin. Here we go. Let's pump! Here we go, baby. Yeah! Here we go! Here we go, baby. We're gonna dump. No, we're gonna pump. 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 Pump the Bitcoin, baby, let's go. We're gonna dump. No, we're gonna pump. We're gonna dump. No, we're gonna pump. We're gonna dump. No, we're gonna pump. Pump the Bitcoin, baby, let's go. Yeah, yeah. Let's go. All right, guys, we're at resistance. We're finding resistance at resistance. But remember, sometimes it has a delayed effect. Man, if we pump, I'm cutting this hair. Here we go. We're gonna jump, no we're gonna pop. We're gonna jump, no we're gonna pop. We're gonna jump, no we're gonna pop. Pop the Bitcoin, baby, let's go. We're gonna jump, no we're gonna pop. We're gonna jump, no we're gonna pop. We're gonna jump, no we're gonna pop. Pop the Bitcoin, baby, let's go. All right, it's working. We're getting a back test of the 618. Come on, Bitcoin. Come on, Bitcoin, come on! Come on! Here we go, baby. We're getting a move. We're trying, we're going for it. Everybody get your dang plungers out. The make it or break it moment for Bitcoin. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It's working! We're gonna jump, no we're gonna pop. We're gonna jump, no we're gonna pop. We're gonna jump. Pop the Bitcoin, baby, let's go. We're gonna pump right now. Now. Yeah. All right, guys. It's working, baby. It's working. All right, make sure to smash the like, subscribe to the channel, click the bell for notifications. Stay natty. All right. Guys, I'm so sad to say I have to go, but may God bless you all in Jesus' name. Thank you for being here. I pray the Lord blesses you and your families, and Lord willing, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.